Now let's kick it off. I think maybe David. Now, season 4 starts off with a completely different setting. So what was it like having a complete change of scenery?
Pretty amazing to just have that kind of space to move around, and you don't when it was all we knew. I don't think we realized how confining it was to only shoot in these straight lines. But having New Eden and this beautiful set, the art department and the builders on this show really outdid themselves this season. I mean, like, getting to run in and out of those buildings and spend all that time on the street, and there were animals, like dogs and chickens running around. What do you mean? It was so cool, and it was very. It just felt so new and so fresh, and it was so much
it felt
fun.
very organic and like a camp settlement, and everyone kind of living together in this wonderful community outside of the train, open spaces and high ceilings. So Paul and Chris, let's talk about season 4 for a moment. Now, of course, the season premiere just happened. It was ecstatic, but it had 2 different types of tones. One, it was very relaxed and chill, and all of a sudden you kind of taken a little bit of a turn there for us. You want to talk us through preparing for that first season episode?
Sure, absolutely. It was like we had to pick up where season 3 left off, obviously. And at the end of season 3, the cast of Snowpiercer landed at New Eden. Well, half of them did. And then the other half went off on the train. But for the folks who made it to New Eden, like, the philosophy was, look, they earned that. All the sacrifices, all the struggles they went through, all the strife, all the conflict, they deserve to have a happy place that they called home. And so that's what we wanted to portray in the first half of that first episode, was like, look, life in New Eden is good. They did a great job. They built this democracy. Layton led them to the promised land, and it works. And they're all friends, and it's all great until we had to screw that up, because drama is conflict, and you need conflict.
Yeah.
But we wanted the audience to settle in and enjoy that and see them happy, because if we didn't see that, then it doesn't mean anything when you rip it all away. And we needed the audience to understand that there's something to fight for in New Eden.
Yeah. So you want to add on to that?
Yeah, I think creating this new world, we had to establish it and show how life is in New Eden, and how the chickens, the dogs, food, vegetables, a new organization of life. And there is some kind of like a little Western town, but they didn't expect any enemies. So it's a very pristine expedition. Like, what would happen if we try to settle on Mars or anything like this? And it's all good. It's all good until it isn't. And life is always like this, and storytelling, but life. And I think that's how we started this. And I think one of the very irritating things for me in directing, because after a couple of seasons on the train, there were two directions you give. You go forwards or backwards. And suddenly it got much more complex. People were walking in all different directions. We explored a different world, and this world will get much bigger throughout the season. So episode 1 is just like the beginning of it, and then throughout the season we explore many more outside world. We leave the little village further, we leave New Eden further, and we explore a complete new world, which at the end of episode 2 we get the first glimpse of it.
Now, towards the end of episode 1, Audrey makes a surprise appearance, and she does not look very well. Now, can you give us a little hint as to what we can expect to close the gap, or if there's some time jumps?
Yeah, the season starts in New Eden, and then in episode 2 we go back to see how all this happened, why Miss Audrey arrived in this terrible shape, and with burned skin, and in this track scaler. And that's how to put it. So we jump back in episode 2 to explain how we got here, and then we continue our journey in the timeline of New Eden. So episode 2 is basically explaining to the audience what happened before and letting us participate in the drama.
Okay, thank you very much. Now let's talk about Bess for a minute. Now, we haven't really seen much of Bess yet, but now we see a separation. So what can you, without giving any spoilers, what can we expect in terms of the emotional toll of being separated from the love of your life?
Yeah, I think it really gives Till such motivation in the following episodes to, go return to her love, save her friends. And so just having that energy and that motivation, was such good writing, and it was so good to, get your teeth into.
Yeah. Now, David, one more question about, I would say, the heartbreak moment. You learn that the mother of your child is meets a tragic end, and then also on top of that, your child is taken. Now, where's his mind at? What is he trying to do? What's his motivations?
I mean, at that point, and this is something we talked about a lot internally, and with Leslie, our other director, Layton is so outside of himself. He's so like, grief doesn't really cover it, and rage doesn't really cover it, and so because of that, and one of the things I'm really happy about with this season is we tried to have him physically react to that, like have it be harder for him to move through space than it always is, than it usually is, and the ways that he's usually so calm and easy like get really complicated because he is so outside of himself, and like that was really fun. But yeah, I mean, it's everything. His reason for everything has just been taken, right? So like it's a huge motivator for the season. It was a really incredible choice.
And does his trust, like for Dr. Hedwood, when I saw Dr. Hedwood, number one, at the end of season 3, I saw Dr. Hedwood saying, okay, she's going to go on this train. Okay, I'm trying to figure out if something's going to happen, and certainly things did happen. Now, can you elaborate or give a little hint what if there's going to be a little bit more to describe to show her motivations? Like, how is she communicating with those survivalist soldiers?
I don't know. You're just gonna have to find out. I will say about Dr. Hedwood, like if you want to know where she's going and what she's doing, just look for her dead husband's shoes. if the shoes are gone, she's gone. Like she's not leaving the shoes behind. So, little hint, little Easter egg there for people.
Okay, I have to ask you a quick question.
Yes.
So, your character was pretty much the last person with the baby.
Yeah.
Now, for the fans out there, I'm not sure about that nanny skill.
No. No. Listen, the thing about New Eden that we thought is that we're all going there to start the new paradise, right? But the problem of paradise is that human beings are there, and human beings are motivated by selfish desires, rage, anger, pettiness, and I had forgotten that. Roche is just, singing the ABCs to bang, and then all of a sudden down on the ground. And so look, if you don't watch your back and you think that the new paradise is only filled with good people with good intentions, that's how babies get kidnapped, and that's what happened.
Oh, God.
Personally, I thought you were a goner. I said, no, you can't do 2. Come on, you can't do that to me right now. But I'm happy that you're surviving at least,
Yes.
and then basically maybe there's some redemption.
Yes, we hope so. Yes.
Maybe
I
this
am
is
in the later episodes. Spoiler alert.
It's okay.
Yeah.
They can go on IMDb and figure it out. Or Collider and figure it out.
Yeah.
So, any other hints that you can share for the upcoming season? As we only have now 9 episodes left in the story of Snowpiercer.
It will be an absolute thrill ride. Not everyone will make it. That is kind of like the only hint I give. and it's in exploring the worlds. I think we opened the show to just like another level again, and it's an absolute super entertaining thrill ride. It goes to the heart. It's made out of love, and love is something which is very much in danger, and it gets attacked a lot by evil forces in ourselves and in others. Yeah, so.
there's a couple more questions I have in terms of these shifting alliances. Season 3 was pretty much every time you turn around, I'm trying to figure out, okay, the alliances continue to shift. Now, will we expect that with the new addition, Clark Gregg, to this to the cast this season? And what's his motivations? Is he militaristic? Is he?
That's a great question. I mean, part of the mystery of the season and how it unfolds is who are these people and what is motivating them, right? What are their intentions? Intentions matter. And there's definitely a theme that runs through the season that's a little bit, the road to hell is paved with good intention, right? When your mission at the end of season 2, or not season 2, but end of episode 2, you learn a little bit more about what's happening. And you go, oh, okay, so these intentions are not what I thought. But there's a lot you can get away with when you say, by any means necessary, right? So where's that line? Everybody has a different line. So that's part of the mystery of the season. That's how I artfully dodge that question.
Okay, any other hints that we can share, David?
Oh, no, I wouldn't even know what I am allowed to say or not. So,
well, I really appreciate your time. Snowpiercer is on Sundays on AMC. Make sure you catch it before the train stops. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Travis.